A bit of a mistake there. Sergio Lopez. Oscar trying to fix things by sending it out of bounds. Ball stays in bounds. Top of the box. The shot blocked by Jesus Sandoval. Rusty Gibbs leading the counter. Stopped up midfield by Cesar Lopez. Painting the stripe. Shot across doesn't occur. Recovered quickly at midfield by Galacticos though. Cesar Lopez, the shot. Stopped inside the box. Jesus Sandoval leading the counter down the right side. Cesar Lopez on the mark. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in. Ball goes out of bounds. Play resumes. Parra. The shot. And a diving stop. That time by the goalkeeper, Jose Lozano. Sending it to the corner kick. The shot was Oscar Mejia. Sandoval Pedro. The long kick. Nobody to tap it in. Play will resume. Lozano. Galacticos on the move. Hector Solorio trying to shake off a marker, getting some room for that right foot of his. The shot blocked nimbly by Gibbs. Mejia. Good through ball that time. Sandoval. Sergio Lopez on the mark. Recovered by the Professor Gonzalez. Recovered quickly by Central Air. Figuring a path out. The push by Gibbs. Down the flank. Controlled by Lopez on defense. Lopez looking for the open man. Taken back instead by Antonio Rosario. Oscar, the shot. Stopped by the Professor at the top of the box. Good ball across the left side. Hector Solorio making room for that left foot of his. Solorio, the shot. Gets lost in the mix. Rosario, Gibbs. Jesus Sandoval, the outlet touch. The through ball that time. Looking for Rusty Gibbs. He's going to run out of room. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Galacticos. Beautiful day of autumn here in Cashmere, Washington. A good takeaway that time. Right-footed shot. And oh my goodness, that came close. A good effort by Central Air United. Good anticipation. And Oscar Mejia with a right-footed touch that perhaps deserved better. 4 minutes, 22 seconds into this first half of play, and a hard charge by Jesus Sandoval. Mr. Covarrubias, the referee, puts a halt to the action. This moment of the game brought to you by La Tortuga Loca. Delicious food in the heart of downtown Cashmere. It will be a free kick for Galacticos. Hector Solorio, stopped by the wall. Rusty Gibbs leading the charge. Anticipation by Solorio. Gibbs almost with the steal. Sergio Lopez over to help. Marked by Rosario. The good ball clearing the goalkeeper. What a touch that time. Sergio Lopez connecting with Cesar Lopez inside the box, clearing the goalkeeper out of the way and putting one in the back of the net. It is 1-0. Galacticos here. 5 minutes and 20 on the clock. Action resumes. A good through ball that time. First stunner, however, is Rosario. Rosario finding Gibbs. Good takeaway by the Professor Gonzalez. Taken back by Mejia. A bit of a battle there. Mejia making a path as he goes, finds himself surrounded, finds himself fouled. It will be a free kick for Central Air, trailing Galacticos 1-0. This moment of the game brought to you by Central Air Solutions, another proud sponsor of Cashmere Soccer League action here in this 2025 season. Central Air via Antonio Rosario. Bit of a chipper there. Good location over the head of Sergio Lopez, but into the hands of Jose Lozano, who delivers a touch that is recovered by Jesus Sandoval. Solorio tries it, but Joya successfully subdues the ball. Bit of a chipper once again. Jesus Sandoval in the hands of Solano. Solano, the long ball. There's no offside. Solorio. Cesar Lopez. Gonzalez. Back to Lopez. The shot. And Joya coming up big. Joya right next to his right post, making the stop. Keeping this a 1-0 game. Joya. Finding Pedro Sandoval. Whistle on the play. It will be Galacticos putting it back into action. There's the throw-in. Rafael Guerrero, recovered by Joya. The long ball by Joya, stopped by Sergio Lopez for the professor. Gonzalez, opening the game up. Guerrero, Gonzalez. Cesar Lopez. Solorio Hector, back to Lopez. Sergio Lopez. Rafael Guerrero, back to Sergio Lopez, approaching the top of the box, recovered nimbly by the back line of Central Air. Finding inside the circle Pedro Sandoval. Now it's Gibbs. Opening the game up for Mejia. Interrupted by Cesar Lopez. That one is Solorio. The Professor Gonzalez. On the mark is Gibbs. Gonzalez, top of the box. Solorio, left-footed touch. And Joya, with more than just a breath of relief, watches it sail by. There's going to be a substitution. It will be Omar Solis entering the contest for Central Air. Gibbs, and there's Solis with his first touch. Gonzalez, waiting for his Guerrero. Gonzalez, quickly surrounded. Good takeaway that time. Rosario leaving one behind, going for two. Rosario opening the game up for Mejia, asking for it was Omar Solis, taken away by Solorio. Deep run, stopped by Mejia. Solis and Lozano, the goalkeeper. Cesar Lopez. Good ball. Solorio, the touch. Solorio, Joya coming up huge. The mano a mano between Solorio and Joya coming up victorious, sending that to the corner kick. The pivoting header that time lands at the hands of Lozano. Solorio can't quite catch up to it. Jesus Sandoval on the throw-in for Joya, who's had a couple of really great saves. He doesn't particularly seem to enjoy the post of goalkeeper, but man, he shows up to work. Sandoval, Pedro, leaving Lopez behind. Taken back by Cesar Lopez. The clash of cleats yields a throw-in. It should be Central Air ball, and it is. This moment of the game brought to you by Rent and Go Trailers LLC, proud sponsor of Cashmere Soccer League action in this summer and now autumn of 2025. Good combination. Sandoval, shot across. Solorio, the screen, and the hands of Lozano. Rolling to his right for the professor. Gonzalez. Cesar Lopez inside the box. Good movement. Oh my goodness. Just a hair too slow for Guerrero. Recovered nimbly by the back line of Central Air. Looking for Pedro Sandoval. To him it goes. First runner is Lozano. Lozano rolling with Solorio. It looked like it was Omar Solis clearing that ball out. The Professor Gonzalez. Solorio. Sergio Lopez. Interrupted by Mejia. Pedro Sandoval. First on it is Sergio Lopez. Sandoval looking for the foul. None forthcoming. Recovered by Jesus Sandoval inside the circle. Jesus Sandoval. Guerrero and Solorio. On the mark is Gibbs. The shot! Oh my goodness. You can see the frustration, the disappointment in the face of that Galacticos player. In this case, number 6, Hector Solorio. As we approach the 13th minute of play here in the first half, it's still Galacticos 1, Central Air 0. The shot across. Pedro Sandoval. First owner is Lopez. Lopez and Cesar Lopez. Off to the races, Cesar. Personal maneuver. 2 waiting. 1 in the middle, 1 on the right. He goes to the right. Gonzalez, right-footed touch, and that one sails wide. So a constant presence inside the Central Air territory, this Galacticos team. A bit of a chipper there, trying to find Pedro Sandoval. A good idea that time by Antonio Rosario. Lozano and Gonzalez. Gonzalez and Cesar Lopez sent out of bounds by Central Air. Throw-in for Galacticos. There's Cesar battling with Oscar Mejia. As the referee says, it will be Galacticos ball. We have a substitution. The action resumes. Cleared away by Mejia. There's Claudio Parra. First on it is Lopez and the sideline. Drawing up the field on the left side. Shot across. Oh my word. What a good combination there between Cesar Lopez, the shot across, and Rafa Guerrero. Sends one over the crossbar. Bit of a chipper there. Carlos Gonzalez on defense. The professor trying to shake off Claudio Parra. Solorio. Carlos Gonzalez. Claudio Parra on the mark. Gonzalez. Rafa Guerrero. Touch to the back. Recovered by Gibbs. Solis. That one is Rosario. Is he going to have enough room? He is. He has to turn, though. Rosario. Stolen by Lopez. Sergio Lopez. Good ball for Solorio. With more urgency than style. Oscar Mejia to the throw-in. It will be Galacticos ball. "15 minutes, 11 seconds. Into this first half of play, it's still Galacticos 1, Central Air nothing. The long ball to nowhere land. John Lennon would be proud. It would be a goal kick for Central Air. Joya and Jesus Sandoval. Rusty Gibbs waiting on the left. Jesus Sandoval shaking one off. The shot across, rejected. Trying again is Antonio Rosario for Jesus Sandoval. The push-up field, painting the stripe. The ball will remain in bounds. Claudio Parra putting some pressure on Cesar Lopez. Cesar Lopez prevailing. The long ball. Carlos Gonzalez. Carlos Gonzalez looking up. The shot across. And Joya right at the nick of time. On the nick of time. Putting some pressure on Rafa. Not allowing the shot to come off. But the referee has whistled. And he's saying that it was apparently Joya getting fouled there. And he's clearly limping. He is clearly limping. So it will be a free kick for Central Air. 16:27 on the clock. Defensive header by Cesar Lopez. Lining at the foot. Shot across. Rafa the screen. Solorio. The upright says no. Oh my goodness, good combination. Solorio had time for everything but a cup of coffee there before he delivered that shot. But the upright said no. Carlos Gonzalez on the move, the professor. The shot across the center alley for the right side. Solorio. On the mark is Rusty Gibbs. Solorio. Nice heel touch. Jesus Sanchez. Rafa Guerrero. Oh, this miscommunication with Sergio Lopez. Jesus Sanchez taken away by Gibbs. The field is getting fuller. More players are showing up. That's always good. Down the flank, Gonzalez. Oh, heel touch that time by Cesar Lopez. On the mark is Jesus Sandoval. Pedro Sandoval. Lozano. Carlos Gonzalez. Stopped by Gibbs. Trying again is Sergio Lopez. For Cesar Lopez. Sergio. Gonzalez. Right-footed shot. And Joya says no. Cesar Lopez. Right-footed shot. This time is Pedro Sandoval blocking it. Claudio Parra on the marks. Cesar for Sergio. Sergio. Leaving one behind. Trying for two. Sergio the shot. Sergio. And Rudy Joya with the stop. 18-29 of a very entertaining first half. Galacticos 1, Central Air United nothing. I think that for the amount of times that we've seen Rudy Joya tested and the amount of times we've seen Jose Lozano tested, I think 1-0 is more than fair. Substitution coming. It looks like it will be number 9, Oscar Mejia, returning to the action for Central Air. Jesus Sanchez. Through the legs of the referee, Cesar Lopez. The shot, Gonzalez, and the stop. Joya. Jesus Sandoval. The long ball. Solorio will make that. Lozano will control it. Jesus Sanchez. The Professor Gonzalez. Sergio Lopez for Rafa Guerrero. Jesus Sanchez. On the mark is Pedro Sandoval. Turning back for Rafa Guerrero. That one is Solorio. Sergio Lopez. And Joya. Whistle on the play, foul called. It will be a free kick for Central Air, trailing Galacticos 1-0. The long ball almost catches Lozano by surprise. A good effort that time by Pedro Sandoval. Firm believer of the if you want to do something right, you got to do it yourself. School of thought, apparently, because everybody was waiting for the cross shot. He said, nah, kill that noise. I'll do it myself. Gonzalez, Rafa Guerrero. There's Pedro Sandoval on the recovery. Jesus Sanchez on the stop. The takeaway that time by Omar Solis, finding Oscar Mejia. The open man this time is Rosario. First on it, however, is Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez and Cesar Lopez. Chasing down by Parra. Lopez and Gonzalez. Gonzalez and Jesus Sanchez. Asking for it right now is Hector Solorio. Instead, it goes to the right for Sergio Lopez. On the mark is Pedro Sandoval. Shot across. Have volley. Golazo. What a shot that time. Hector Solorio, leading scorer indeed. Making it 2-0 at the edge of the break at 21-41. That's goal number 13 for Hector Solorio, leading scorer of the CSL in this summer season. And a beauty of a goal it was. Sergio Lopez finding Solorio, the shot across, and the volley. Nothing Joya, who has had a good game, could do. Claudio Parra. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for Galacticos. Carlos Gonzalez, the professor. Finding Rafa Guerrero. Back to Lozano. Lozano and Jesus Sanchez. The ball jumps off him. Can't quite wrangle. The ball goes out of bounds. Throw-in for the team in blue. Omar Solis couldn't get a shot across. Recovered by Solano and put quickly into play. There's Gonzalez. Gonzalez, left-footed shot. Make that right-footed shot. Can't quite connect that time with Solorio. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Central Air. It'll be interesting to see if the sun plays a factor in the second half, and we're about to find that out right after this break. It is 2-0 Galacticos over Central Air. Don't go away. All right, folks, it is time for the second half. A very entertaining first half with the Galacticos ahead 2-0. We'll see what the second half will bring. Galacticos taking care of business from right to left on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. And then the Central Air United folks doing their thing in the opposite direction. We'll see if the sun might be a factor. I don't think it will be, but I think one of the big factors will be who can handle, who deals with the tired legs better, because this is a very sunny day on a stretch of time that we haven't had a whole lot of sunny days. So we'll see how the tiredness and how you deal with the tiredness, because now both teams, I believe, have subs. Is that correct? Both teams have subs, one sub. So whoever deals with the tiredness better will probably have a little better luck here. A good turnaround, the shot, and then Joya once again with the stop of the shot of the Professor Gonzalez. Solis. The shot, Solis, and the diving stop by Mr. Lozano. Worth a picture there, a picture and a half. Lozano was not too busy in the first half, but apparently urgency seems to be singing a different tune here, especially for Central Air United. Corner kick for CAU. Rejected by Jesus Sanchez. Pushed up the field by Jesus Martinez, number 20 on the back, connecting with Solorio. Good combination. The shot across. Oh, my goodness. And just off the bat, right off the bat, Hector Solorio, off the touch by Carlos Gonzalez, puts a third one on the board. It is 3-0 Galacticos in the second minute of the second half. Folks, I'd like to take this opportunity before I forget to... actually, I'll tell you more in a second, because here comes Galacticos once again, and the shot just sails. Oh, my goodness, that was inches away from the upright. And is he injured or just bummed out? Solorio accusing a hard charge and a yellow card that time. It was an injury indeed. Yellow card to Oscar Mejia, I believe. That's Oscar Mejia for fouling Solorio. Solorio still managed to continue with the play and deliver a shot that just kissed the upright and went out of bounds. This moment of the game brought to you by Central Washington Painting, Honesty, Integrity Services, Interior, Exterior, Residential, and Commercial. I'd like to take this opportunity to send a quick shout out to our esteemed photographer today, Mr. Chris Moraga, who turns the big 1-5 today. So happy birthday to Chris. Jesus Sandoval across midfield. Recovered by Cesar Lopez. Jesus Martinez. Jesus Sanchez. Gonzalez. Good through ball that time. There's Jesus Martinez. Trying to find Rafael Guerrero and the Professor. On the Marcus Rosario, the shot, and the crossbar says no. Second opportunity of the game that the woodwork saves Central Air United from lamenting another goal. Sergio Lopez. El Professor Gonzalez recovered. And a bit of a foul there. It will be Central Air ball. It looked like it was Rosario being fouled. Yes, indeed. The shot, not a major worry for Lozano. Sergio Lopez hits the Jets. Sergio Lopez, good takeaway by Pedro Sandoval. Rosario. Jesus Sandoval, up for Pedro. Pedro lets it slide for Gibbs into Galactico territory. Solis, top of the box. Rosario. Looking for a handball, no forthcoming. The shot, Rosario! And that one kisses the woodwork and goes out of bounds. The long ball. Finding Carlos Gonzalez. On the mark is Parra Claudio. Gonzalez. Sergio Lopez. Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the shot across, and the stop actually went right at goal. And Joya putting a stop to the danger. It is 3-0. Galacticos. Their one ball. Solis looking for some help. Solis, personal maneuver. Rusty, the touch. Right footed shot. Oh my goodness. The left foot of Antonio Rosario almost hits pay dirt for Central Air United. Instead it goes wide. Jesus Sanchez. Carlos Gonzalez. Back to Sanchez. Bit of a battle. The shot. And once again, left-footed shot. And Omar Solis trying his luck and sailing one wide. Substitution. Looks like Claudio Parra will be subbed in for by number 9, Oscar Mejia. Lozano. Jesus Sanchez. Sandoval. Mejia taken away by the professor. Gonzalez, slaloming past one, trying for two. Gonzalez. On the mark is Rosario. Gonzalez turning back for Lopez. Sergio Lopez. Jesus Sanchez. Jesus Sanchez trying to shake off the mark of Oscar Mejia, who wanted a throw and to be called. None forthcoming. Cleared away by Central Air. Sergio Lopez. Gonzalez. Sergio Lopez under some pressure. Scooping the bounds is Jesus Sanchez. Switching flanks from left to right. Carlos Gonzalez, the bit of a chipper. Bit of a tall order there. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick for Central Air United. This moment of the game brought to you by that man's business. Joya Properties LLC. Proud sponsor of Cashmere Soccer League action this summer of 2025. Good combination. The shot across, and Joya gets in the way. Jesus Martinez and Rafa Guerrero putting something together. And Joya bringing the skunk to their party. Gonzalez. Sergio Lopez, right-footed shot. Blocked by Jesus Sandoval. Oscar Mejia. Ball goes out of bounds. Jesus Sanchez. Cesar Lopez. Trying to get involved is Solis. Cesar Lopez prevailing for Sergio Lopez. A good takeaway by Mejia. Foul, however. Yes, indeed. It's everybody, calm down. That is Jesus Covarrubias to the core. He lets you play, but he doesn't let you hit. He is very reticent. He gives you a lot of rope before he starts pulling out the cards. We've only had one yellow card so far. Sergio Lopez, shot across Sergio Lopez. He goes the personal route, and his left foot betrays him. Ball sails wide. The timer says 8 minutes, 59 seconds here in the second half. Galacticos 3, Central Air nothing. This moment of the game brought to you by Rua Shirt Company, another proud sponsor of Cashmere Soccer League action. In 2025, our summer season that now turns into autumn. Rusty Gibbs loses the handle of the ball. Gonzalez. Lozano. Finding Jesus Sanchez with a bit of trouble. Substitution coming for Central Air United. Looks like Claudio Parra will get a few more minutes. There's a substitution going on. Referee says, hold your horses. Mejia blocking the shot by Lopez. Lopez recovering the bound. Jesus Martinez. Now it's Pedro Sandoval doing the blocking. The throw-in. Rafa Guerrero. Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez. Jesus Martinez. Left-footed touch. Rejected. Back to Martinez. The Professor Gonzalez. Claudio Parra on the mark. Shot across. Rafa Guerrero. First runner is Gibbs. Gibbs looking for some help. Gibbs taking away by Carlos Gonzalez. The shot. Jesus Sandoval on the clearing. Ultimately, it's Pedro Sandoval. Lozano, look where he's playing. Lozano. Jesus Sanchez. Mejia. The takeaway by Lopez Sergio. Over to chase it is Gibbs. The pressure by Rafa Guerrero. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be Central Air ball. I have to say, Central Air make that Galacticos a lot closer to the fourth goal than Central Air seems to be close to breaking the shutout. Jesus Sandoval. On the mark is Jesus Martinez. Battle of Chewies. Shot across. Defensive effort by Jesus Sanchez. Finding Carlos Gonzalez on the other flank. Gonzalez with time and space. Asking for it on the other side is Jesus Sanchez. Instead, he tries a Pedro Sandoval. Tries to surprise everybody, but doesn't surprise Joyas. Jesus Sandoval. Looking for Mejia. Interrupted by Cesar Lopez. Jesus Martinez, good touch, the shot, and Rafa Guerrero with the shot and Joya with the better stop. Cesar Lopez. Carlos Gonzalez. Back to Cesar. Jesus Martinez. Jesus Sanchez. Lozano. Gonzalez and Martinez. Martinez slaloming past one, trying to slalom past two. Joya says no. The shot by Jesus Sanchez. That's going to leave a mark from way outside now. It's oh my goodness, where's that whistle? Where is that whistle? That was a hard charge that time by Antonio Rosario. He's going to get himself a card. Yes, indeed. And a card for each. A card for each. Okay. So Mejia with a card. Then Antonio Rosario. And the Professor Gonzalez. Okay. Mejia already had a card. And now it's one card for each. 3 yellow cards in this ball game so far. In for Central Air, it was Omar Solis. And in for Galacticos, it looks like it's Hector Solorio. There's the whistle. And the stop by Lozano. Hector Solorio. Solorio. Just wide. Jesus Sandoval. Pedro Sandoval. Asking for is Oscar Mejia on the right side. He goes with Claudio Parra. And bounces off and lands with Sergio Lopez. Sergio. Hector Solorio. Opening him up. Rafa Guerrero, the shot, and Lopez! And the stop by Joya. Right at the mouth of the goal, and Sergio Lopez can't help but laugh. Right at the mouth of the goal. Well, that's the beauty of soccer, folks. The difficult seems easy. The easy seems difficult. Jesus Sandoval. Slip and slide. Omar Solis. Left-footed touch. Lozano. And before Mejia could tap it in, Lozano makes the stop. Ball goes out of bounds. Mejia. Solis. Jesus Sandoval. Into Galactico territory. The heel touch. Solis. The shot, and Lozano watches it sail by. And Mejia cannot help but slam his hand against the grass. "16 minutes, 12 seconds into this second half of play. Lozano all the way to Joya. Joya having a little fun. Pedro Sandoval over the head of Gibbs. Lozano looking for Solorio. Mejia interrupting. Ball goes out of bounds. Jesus Martinez. Jesus Sanchez. The shot sails over the crossbar. Not a major worry. It will be a goal kick for Central Air. "17 minutes, 30 seconds into this second half of play. Heel touch, nicely done. Oh my goodness, what a combo that time. First, it was Solorio finding Jesus Martinez, and then Carlos Gonzalez to tap it in. It is 4-0 Galacticos, and that ought to do it here, folks. That ought to do it. Carlos Gonzalez, the professor himself. 18 minutes of play in the second half. It is 4-0. Entertaining contest here to close the slate of games. Good combination, and that make, oh my goodness, that tricked my eye. It looked like Gonzalez was going for the brace. And go for the brace he did, but the ball sailed wide. Substitution coming for Central Air. Claudio Parra is going to take a seat. Oscar Mejia will take his place. All right. The long ball. Gibbs. Central Air not giving up the dream of breaking up the shutout. The long push-up field. Stopped by Solorio. 2 on the mark. Opening the game for Jesus Martinez. Joya says no. Solorio's going to try again. Right-footed. No, still dancing. The shot. Not strong enough to make it past the wall of blue jerseys. Sergio Lopez. Looking for some help. Sergio Lopez. Solorio. Rejected. Solis. On the mark is Cesar Lopez. Mejia. Sergio Lopez inside the circle. Carlos Gonzalez inside the box. Gonzalez. And Joya says no. Outstanding stuff by Joya. Blocking the shot by Jesus Martinez. This is a corner kick. 20 minutes minus 5 seconds here in the second half. Galacticos 4, Central Air nothing. Solorio and Joya and the header. Does that one count? And referee says it does. It is 5-0. Jesus Martinez at the mouth of the goal, showing Sergio Lopez how it's done, apparently. No offense, Sergio. He's done a good game. He's had a good game. In the 20th minute of the second half, it is 5-0. Jesus Sandoval. Oscar Mejia. Back to Sandoval. To the heart of the box. Before Gibbs could connect, Jesus Sanchez. And then from outside is Mejia. The stop by Lozano. The long ball. Solorio. Trying to gift Mr. Joya a sombrero. Ball goes out of bounds. 21 minutes. 1 minute to go. It's all Galacticos, but Central Air is not giving up. They still want to break that shot out. Solis. The shot, Solis, and Lozano says no. Right-handed slap at the ball. Beautifully done. Ball goes out of bounds. Corner kick for Central Air. Gibbs taking care of it. Bit of a chipper. Stopped at midfield. Solis. Battling for it is Jesus Martinez. Whistle on the play. Solis falls to the ground. Gets back up a little bit gingerly. He seems to be doing okay. That's good news. It will be a free kick for Central Air. Could well be the last play of the match. Galacticos 5. Central Air nothing. First goal, Cesar Lopez. In the 5th minute of the first half. Second goal, 22nd minute, Hector Solorio. Third goal, Hector Solorio. In the 2nd minute of the second half. Fourth goal, Carlos Gonzalez, 18th minute of the second half. There's Gonzalez. Gonzalez, the shot, Gonzalez, and Joya says no. He's had amazing saves in this contest. In the 5th contest. In the 5th goal, I beg your pardon, 20th minute, Jesus Martinez. Corner kick. Ball sails across everybody. Referee giving a little extra time here, but not too much. Throw-in for Central Air. Jesus Sandoval connecting with Solis. Taken away by Sergio Lopez. Cesar Lopez. And Lozano. Jesus Sanchez. Blocked by Pedro Sandoval. And there's the whistle. That tells us that this one goes into the books. A resounding victory for Galacticos over Central Air United by a score of 5-0. We'll be right back with the player of the game right after this. Welcome back. We are here with Hector Solorio of Galacticos, who just dispatched Central Air United by a score of 5-0. Sorry, we got you right in the sun. We apologize. English or Espanol? What do you prefer? English? Okay. Hector, congratulations. Now, on paper, this looked like a tougher match than it ended up being. What allowed you guys to play in such dominant fashion?
I think just our play style. I mean, we're pretty good at passing the ball around, and I feel like once we start moving the ball around, we could beat any team and compete with any team at least. So passing, I think, really helped us.
That's going to be my next question, whether you feel confident enough to go up against anybody at this point.
Yeah, we would say so. I mean, we've been dominating the whole season, so I don't see why we would have to stop.
And speaking of domination, this is 2 goals today. That makes it 14 for you, for your personal tally. How do you feel about your performance? Surprised?
Yeah, a little surprised just because the last couple seasons I haven't really scored that much. But I mean, it's a team sport where if I score, the whole team scores.
What has allowed you to break through, though?
Maybe finding the right teammates that could pass you the ball and then put you in good positions to score.
Absolutely. It looks like you guys were having a whole bunch of fun out there. Even Sergio Lopez, when he had that little goof, he was like, he just laughed. He just laughed it off. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, yeah, we enjoy ourselves for sure.
Fascinating. Congratulations once again on a fine victory. Stay with us for a second. That was 5-0 in favor of Galacticos over Central Air United. On behalf of everyone involved, I'm Sebastián Moraga saying thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.